Hello. So today I'm going to be fielding a question that we've been getting a lot in the Growth Models Plus community about why we do things in a specific way when we're building these growth strategies for people. And really it all comes down to this one thing: how to make money from your list real quick. Because a lot of people get this wrong. What I'll cover in this is who this is for, the size of your list and its importance. Most people start at the wrong place, and the better place to start, and the economics of that, and how to build the system and how this all works to create one solid ACCA model system. If you don't know ACCA, it's the model that I use to build all of these growth strategies. It will be explained. Stick with me. So the first thing, who is this for? Basically, this is for people who have a list and they're looking at monetizing that list. Maybe that you don't have the best monetization strategy and you're looking at better ways to improve it. This will show you a quick and easy way to make money from this. When I've been running this with various people, we start to see revenue trickle in from 2 to 3 weeks from starting to set this up, right? And that's what the goal is. If you don't have a list, this isn't the best method for you. I'll talk about something very shortly. If you don't have a list, what you need to do is you need to build your list. We have something for that, which is the $1 product challenge. And that basically is, here you go, growthmodels.co/1DPC, dollar product challenge, $1 product challenge. And this will basically help you set up a profitable front end, which is this part here. So I just put $1 product challenge. That's what that will help you set up. And that basically helps you build a list of buyers. If you have a list and you're looking to monetize that, $1 product challenge will help you add more people to that list. But if you're looking to make big revenue gains quickly, watch this video first, because I will show you a more efficient way to make more money with less stress very shortly. Okay, let's first talk about the size of your list importance. So if you're still thinking, oh, I don't know whether this is for me, I've got a list, but it's really small. How big of a list is useful for you to be able to make money from? Let's face it, obviously, the bigger a list, the more opportunities you have. Let's imagine this little circle on the left is 1K, and you do all of this stuff, and it's this promotion. This is all of your sales opportunities, okay? So you could sell to that many people in a list of 1,000. Obviously, it's going to be 10 times as many potential sales of serious people within the 10K list. Really simple. But that doesn't mean to say that you can't make money off a 1,000 person list, or even less. Here's some examples, right? These are people who we've helped build ACCA models for. 30 sales of a, oh, what was it? I think $150. It was like a pre-validation offer within 5 days for this guy, and then later on we built the rest of the system. It's just the same fella, PH, there you go. $1,000 day. That was on a list that began at about 1,200 people. $7,500 per month recurring revenue deal from a list of about 120 or 150. It was somewhere around that. And it's just finding the right offer. This was a list of about 5,000 people. And we did in 2 weeks. It ended up, the final number was just under $14,000 collected. And that was a list of 5,000 people, but that list hadn't been emailed in 2 years. So it was a very cold list. But there's lists of all different sizes. And obviously there are bigger numbers and things. If you've got a list of 10,000 engaged people, 50,000 engaged people, 100,000 engaged people, you just scale those numbers up. It's less about the number of people on your list, and it's more about the right kind of people on your list. And that's what most people seem to misunderstand. The size of the list is way less important than having the right people on your list. To really oversimplify this, let's imagine that you sell dog grooming to people in your local area. If you've got a list of 100 people in the area with dogs, you're going to make more money than somebody who has a list of 10,000 people who are looking to lose weight. It's simple. That's maybe not the best example, as people who are trying to lose weight might have dogs that need grooming, but you get the point, right? It's about having people on the list. And what I'm really looking for whenever I look at building lists is, yes, you want, size is important, but it's the least important of all the things. What I'm looking for is if the list has buyers on it, if it's a list of buyers, if they fit the ICP, the ideal customer persona, and basically if you have something you can sell. And basically, if you've got a list of buyers and you're selling the same kind of thing, it means that you've hit your ICP. And then basically what we build with Akka is something that you can sell, and then the system to sell it. That's what you need with your list to actually make money off it. The size is the least important. The size comes secondary to finding the right kind of people. How do you find the right kind of people? One of the best ways is obviously the $1 product challenge, because what this does, whenever you build a list, the first thing that I want to do is I want to get people here ASAP. The convert stage is where you basically charge them something. And here, the way you build things, it could be anything from $1 to $500. This is not where you make money, and I'll talk about that shortly. But this is where you separate your list between the givers and the takers. A list of 100 people who have bought something from you, you're going to make more money off that, because people who buy once buy again, than a list of 1,000 people who will not buy, who have only come in through freebie stuff. It's really hard to sell freebie stuff to people, really hard to sell to people who have only come in through buying or getting freebies. It's really hard to get them to make that mental jump. They're just not serious enough. But charging somebody even $1 identifies the serious people. And so this is your sort of growth engine in terms of the numbers and getting buyers on your list. And that is what we try and do when in the $1 product challenge, when we're building these Akka models, is we want to get people from whatever your attract mechanism. So for me, I use Facebook ads, down to here ASAP. Depending on the model that you build in, you might have to capture their email and then use a sales sequence to get them to convert. But you essentially want to get them here to buy something small from you as soon as possible, because the people who buy once will buy again. Sell people something small to identify the people who will buy once, because they will buy again. Okay, so it's less important about the size of your list. It's more important to find these, like to find these people who will buy. That means that you have a service or product that they will pay for, so then you can do deeper levels of that engagement. But it also means that you'll find the serious people. And if you can sell it to them, you've hit your ICP, you've got a valuable offer, all of this sort of stuff. So it's basically just validation for everything that you're doing. Most people then, so let's look at starting at the wrong place. Even if they have a list of 500, 1,000 people, they'll be like, oh, I need more people on the list. I should start here. It is the wrong way to go about it. Whenever we build these with people who have lists, you actually want to start here. Okay. The engage stage is where you keep them engaged with your brand, daily emails, community, whatever it might be that you use, and where you can push different offers to them. Okay. So I call these the waterfall offers, because obviously when you draw it like this, it's like, wee, nice little waterfall. And if we to use like a Yelp grading system for the cost of stuff, this is a single dollar, this is a double dollar, and this is a triple. And the way that this works is you end up selling the same kind of things to people, because if they've bought a service here or a product here, you give them more things to solve that problem, to help them achieve their goal faster, easier, cheaper, here and here, but for more money. So in my own funnel, the $1 product challenge, that's my front end, and that goes from a minimum of 27. And then with the various upsells and stuff, if you want to get everything, I think it ends up at 400 all in, 397. Wait. Yeah, 397. So that's what I can make from one customer that comes through. And on average, when you take everything in, I have an average order value of, I think it's around $100. I think it's just under, it's 98 or so. Offer 2, people can take a $1,000 program or $100 a month membership. So again, we're increasing this because obviously that's monthly. And then offer 3, that's going to be, depending on the engagement level, X $1,000 per month. Okay. It's here, these two, where you make the real profit. The front end stuff is not where you make money that will keep you running a sustainable business. You've got to have these over here. And so people who have already built a list will continue to focus on this front end stuff and trying to attract people to grow their list at cost or at minor profit. It is the wrong place to start. And it all comes down to the basic economics. So if I'm being completely honest and transparent in all this, so I can attract people and the average order value is about $100. My acquisition cost to acquire a customer through Facebook ads is about $30. So that leaves me with a $70 profit per customer coming into the funnel. Depending on the ad spend, that could be 1 sale per day, 5 sales per day, 10 sales per day, whatever. Thing is, if you've ever run ad with it, if this is $10 a day, this is $100 per day. It's not like a straight line graph like this. Like the more you spend, the more you sell. It's all, the actual thing is it's all over the place. And that's also what daily sales look like. Some days you'll make 20 sales, some days you'll make nothing. It's really aggravating. But of course, you also then, if you're doing it like this, if you're using Facebook ads, you need to know how to run ads to get to the right people. You need to be able to spend time in there to tweak things. It's a lot of work. Let's imagine that my offer 3 now is $7,000 just for easy math. I need to sell one of these to make, and let's just imagine actually that the income that I need to survive every month, rent, bills, mortgage, whatever, all of this stuff, and let's just put 4K on that. I need to sell one of these to hit that number. So you know what, I'm going to do easier maths because just half it, 3.5K for your expenses. I need to sell one of these to make 7 grand. To make 7 grand over here, I need to sell 100 in the month. And that'll come out with the same profit or the same number there. To get 3.5, I need to sell 50 per month. Now, if you don't have a good scalable system and you've not dialed in this offer here, it is very difficult to do that because there's a lot of testing that has to go on between the messaging, between the offer itself, between the ads, between this, that, the other, all of this stuff. And so you might spend a couple of weeks really dialing this in, and that's weeks where you're going to be spending money on ads and not making money back. If you are in need of money quickly, just sell one big thing. Just go straight down to this offer. Often this is a do-it-yourself offer. Here's some stuff. Go figure it out. This is done with you. I'll guide you. This is done for you. I'll do it for you. Just sell the big done for you offer. Set up a 10-day email promo sequence of your done for you offer. Send that out to people. And you will then collect that cash quickly. Like I said, that's what we do when we build the ACCA model for people. And within the first 2 to 3 weeks, we're seeing sales come in. But these are high ticket sales. If you've already got a list, you might think, oh, but I don't want to do that. I want to set this up here. Yeah, great. What this is going to do, you sell one of these at 7K, you only need 3.5. That leaves you with 3.5K in the business to reinvest. And let's say it takes you $500 to actually implement whatever service in terms of tools or whatever. So let's just say 3K in the business to reinvest. That's either most of next month's rent in case you can't sell anymore. So you relieve that stress from your shoulders. You've got clarity of, the mind so that you can actually think more objectively about things. You're not in survival mode. But also, then that's $3 grand that you could invest into ads over here. It's crazy to me that people immediately go to selling these small ticket things and they think that is the way it's going to be done. And most people don't have the offers in the system to get an average order value of $100. They might only be able to have $27. And of course, then if you're doing that, 7,000 divided by 27 is going to be a lot of sales that you need coming in. So it's much smarter. Sell the big thing at the end. You sell 1 or 2 of those and you're set for the month, maybe for a couple of months in terms of the income. That then gives you breathing room to really start analyzing what it is that you can do over here at this front end to bring more people in. Now, if you don't have a list already, definitely start with the $1 product challenge because this shows you how to make sales without having to spend on ads and things. But you're not going to make loads and loads of cash. You're going to make good, solid income, but it's a lot of work. If you have a list, focus over here. Make this big offer a reasonable price for the value that it offers. Sell 1 or 2 of those, and that will give you that breathing room, and it will give you money to invest back into all of this stuff here. Most important thing for me is when you're living off just these small ticket sales, sometimes you end up in survival mode. If you have a day or 2 where your ads drop off, maybe the algorithm's taken a dislike to your ads or things are fatigued, you're going to panic. You're like, oh, if I don't make some sales today, I'm not going to be able to make rent at the end of the month. But doing it this way, much better. So you start here and then move back. The other benefit of doing this, and this is how to build the whole system, is that this is always going to be your biggest profit driver. If you can sell something for 10K a month, it's going to have more profit than selling a thing for $100, especially if you're doing it through these methods that we teach at Akka, like email marketing and all of this stuff. So it's already to people that you've collected. You're not paying to acquire those people in terms of ad spend and all of this. You're just selling them stuff through your existing relationships. Once you have that, you can work backwards, and you can basically build it so that, as I've talked about many times before, where you have the yes ladder, you've got your 10K, let's just call it 5K. When you've built this system, you can basically have this low tier front end stuff, which then people almost self-graduate to the next done with you. They've got the things to help implement this themselves, the solution that you create. They've got everything that they need to do that. But if they need a bit of help, you're there, just at a higher fee. If they don't have the time to do it, you'll do it for them. Boom, there you go. It's a self-graduating system to higher profits per customer. This is how you make a higher average order value. This is how you make more money. It's about selling the same thing at deeper levels. And it makes it much easier if you have the big ticket offer at the end, because then you can work backwards to find the things that naturally progress towards that big ticket offer. So if you have a list, is the essence of this video. If you have a list, if it's 500 people plus, even if it's less, but they're well engaged, try and sell them one big thing and then work backwards to build this. That's how you make quick revenue, healthy revenue, and you manage to stay solvent and keep the business alive much easier than trying to hawk a lot of these really low cost things. Most of the people that you see who are like, oh, I make this much money from this, the low cost stuff, it's because they first had a high ticket offer that was providing them security to test all of this stuff. Sell the big thing first, work backwards, and then build this system secondary. Once the whole system is built, you'll be able to attract people who need the solution. They come in at this low ticket stuff. And when I look at my own customers, the majority of people who end up buying this kind of stuff over here have first bought this and or this. So make sure you have something for people to graduate to where you make the big profits before you start doing this and start being busy. Once you've done that, and once you've got all of this system set up, you can manage this in an hour a day. It's tweak your attraction mechanism, which for me is Facebook ads, write a sales email every day. Between those two, it takes me no more than an hour. And then I've got the system that will bring people to me for these two offers where I make more money. Simple as that. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. But hopefully that is useful. And now you know how to make money from your list quickly. Basically, sell them one high ticket offer and then work backwards to then build the system that brings you more people who would want that high ticket offer. As I said, check out growthmodels.co, join the email list, and there's more information that I send out there on how to build these things. And then we have different offers and different systems that you can learn in there and for varying levels of support. Any questions? Drop them in the comments.